Welcome to AGR number
11.
Thank you. I already forgot.
Yeah.
New format this week. Who knows what will it be? Find out after this word from none of our sponsors. So, I'm here with Michael. I'm Alex.
How's it going?
I got like so many games to talk about right now.
Yeah, I only have a few, but let's do it. Lay it on me. I'm ready.
When I was
No.
away for a little bit, I went to GameStop.
Yeah.
Picked up a couple games.
Oh.
I picked up Deathloop.
Okay.
Which every time you die, you go back in time and you have to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. I also picked up Returnal. Every time you die, you go back in time and you do it again.
That's pretty cool.
I pretty much bought the same game, just different paint coat of skin.
Oh god.
But I've yet to play them. But I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. This one's made by Arcane. They did the Dishonored games, which I really liked.
Oh yeah.
I played the first one. I love it to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's going to be cool. Returnal. I just know it's kind of like Metroidvania where it changes like every time you lose. I think maybe. I'm not sure about that. We'll get back to you. But I've yet to play them.
Oh, okay. So you picked them up, but what have you played?
Very little Pokemon Scarlet. Very, very little.
We didn't get a chance to finish talking about Scarlet in a couple previous podcasts ago, but I've been hearing a lot of mixed things. Yes, you have both. I've been hearing a lot of mixed things about it. Like, yes, there are things that they've done that are great and that's different from all the previous Pokemon games. But then there's other areas where it's like in our current generation of technology, like apparently the graphics was terrible.
I have two things on that. I heard a rumor the game was rushed.
Okay.
Also, my girlfriend loves that. She wants to find all the glitches. She thinks they're really funny.
Oh. So yes, you want to see how much you can break the game.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen some hilarious ones online of different glitches that can occur.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok. It's like, hey, here's how you can get this Pokemon 100 times. I'm like, oh, so you're cheating.
Well, if it's a glitch. I mean, if we think back to the classic, like Red and Blue, right? You know, the missing no glitch?
I only knew about that way after.
No, I had that in real time back when,
during YouTube era. I guess like not early YouTube era, but like early 2010s YouTube is when I first heard about that Pokemon.
So I played Pokemon Red on the Game Boy, and I had this unofficial strategy guide that actually detailed, like it was printed in text, how to do this glitch, which is kind of funny. So so I cloned Master Balls because why the hell not? I was a 10-year-old kid.
The only glitch I know, I don't know if it's even accurate. I read somewhere that it's not even real. It's when you catch a Pokemon.
Yes.
What you're supposed to do when you throw the Pokeball, you tap A and B it really fast and the D-pad just like that. And then it'll catch it every time.
That is a myth from the old era.
I still do it playing Scarlet.
Okay.
I throw the Pokeball, I'm like, I'm still doing this. I don't care.
Yeah, no, we all have our own little quirks, right? Where it's like, it works for me. But yeah, that's an old myth. That if you hold down like B and directional pad down, it'll increase your odds. But it was all BS.
I'm trying to figure out how to get where is the other one? Here it is. How to get silver gold onto Scarlet.
Oh,
we talked about this before.
Yeah. Were you able to pour it in?
Well, I went down to Willow Video to find a Game Boy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I gotta get a Game Boy if I want to see what Pokemon are on this. Like, okay, $200. I'm like, great, that's half a PS5.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're harder and harder to find, right? Especially in good condition.
Yeah. I also Sorry,
Is
go
there
ahead.
like is there third party Game Boys now that can run the old cartridges?
That's a good point, but will I be able to connect it to? I don't know.
I mean, there are rebuilds, right, of older consoles, so it's possible.
Maybe.
Might have to do some research on the dark web somewhere there.
My girlfriend also gave me a copy of Call of Duty Vanguard today. She's like, "Hey, this came with my PS5. I don't want it," and it was still in sealed packaging. So I'm like, "Well, let's go trade it in." I traded in. I got Final Fantasy Origins, Strange
Nice.
Paradise. I don't. All I know is some guy hates Chaos, and I think Chaos is the bad guy.
Don't know anything about it, unfortunately.
Well, neither do I.
I haven't bought a physical game in a very long time. I'm in the age of digital now. I do mostly PC gaming, but even if it was on a console, like I would just stream it like via a Game Pass or something.
Yeah.
So I kind of miss that. I kind of miss going to GameStop and picking things out off the shelves. But
Well, I saw a game there. I was like, "What the heck is this?" I never heard of this game. I can't remember what it is, but it's just weird stuff you could find sometimes.
oh yeah,
They just
yeah,
fly under the radar.
the most obscure things. But sometimes that's like the golden nugget amongst the crap, I guess. I'm really bad with analogies.
Diamond in the rough.
Diamond in the rough, not golden nugget in the crap sack. But anyway.
I did pick up another game though when I was away. I got it for Switch. I got it for digital. I picked up the Zombies trilogy. So did you know the Sniper Elite games?
I do know, yes.
So they had a spin-off where you just shoot zombies, but I guess they made 3 of those games. I guess they have 4 now actually. But I picked up the
Ooh.
first 3 as one package.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And then I tried to go online and I was like, "Oh, nobody's playing this because there's a million consoles out there and a million games. Why would someone be playing this particular game on this particular console?"
Yeah.
So I guess I'm the only one playing Zombies trilogy.
Yeah. It was a cool idea. It was through that era where everyone was doing the whole zombies thing. Call of Duty World at War was the first. I don't know if they were the first, but they were the first that I played, right? That
Same.
in a multi. Oh, okay, so yeah, you also played it on World at War. Yeah.
It's the only Call of Duty I played.
Fair enough. And that
Everyone's
was one
like,
of the
"Oh,
best.
everyone's like, oh, Modern Warfare 2." I'm like, "Get out of here."
No, it's all about World War. But you know what? Vanguard, I'm glad you traded it in. It was not well received.
No.
I was hoping that Vanguard would be like a good addition to the more like World War II style era, like World at War, but it wasn't because wasn't Vanguard also made by Treyarch?
They only did the zombies mode, I think. I think Sledgehammer did the campaign, if I remember
Ah,
correctly. Or
because
they did
World
the
at War was
multi, I
done
don't
by
remember.
because World at War was done by Treyarch and it was done
Yeah.
so well. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, like ever since then, every game has to have a zombie mode now.
Every other.
Well, for Call of Duty, it's all the Black Ops games, right?
Mm.
But a lot of other genres also did dive into this like zombie survival, like Sniper Ghost Warrior had nothing to do with zombies before. It was about shooting the testicles also off of Nazis or something like that.
You can do that here, but I don't think the zombies have balls.
Fair enough.
But I've been aiming for the head the whole time.
But now they've made this whole genre of just killing Nazi zombies because why not? Right? It's no longer like a mini game. It's a standalone game now. But I don't think it warrants it being a standalone game.
No, it's just going from location to location.
Yeah,
I think maybe there's only 2 games that have that they're able to have that longevity for zombies, especially co-op would be Love for Dead 1 and 2.
Yes.
And Killing Floor.
But Killing Floor in itself is also just go from point A to point B. Killing Floor has no storyline, right?
Kind of, but yeah. But Killing Floor doesn't have a point A to point B. It's just survive waves.
Well, yes, but you have to keep like relocating to the next shop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the shop will open up in different places.
Where Left 4 Dead is just go over there. Okay, now come back.
Now, speaking of Left 4 Dead, have you played Back 4 Blood?
No, I watched the because when I first heard about it, I'm like, oh, this would be cool. And I watched the trailer. I'm like, I already played this game. I played Left 4 Dead 2. This is the same game.
You know what? It's not. It is and it isn't.
I don't know.
Like yes, like I get why a lot of people prefer the Left 4 Dead model. Like it's already been done, but what Back 4 Blood does differently um, is the mechanics and the replayability. Because when you look at Left 4 Dead, you play the campaign over and over again. There's no change. There's no alternatives. There's no mutations. Right? It's always the same game. Once you've mastered it, you can speed run it. Right?
Well, they do have a mutations button.
Yeah, okay, fine, fair enough, right? There is like additional modes, but like can I customize my guns? No. Can I like
But do
alter
you
my
really
own
need
abilities?
to customize your guns when you're just unloading until you have to reload?
Mm, yes and no, I guess, because the mobs also have mutations where they can be stronger, and like you would need upgraded guns just to keep up with it, right?
I think the problem with Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood, World War Z is when you have all your zombies as runners, then it's just spray and pray. There's no real I have to be careful with my ammo count
Right.
because you can just body shot any of them and they'll go down. Or like
Fair.
if I'm playing, for example, um, Dying Light or even No More Room in Hell,
Yeah.
you have to get that headshot. You have to take them apart.
Yeah.
So you have to be a lot more tactical with what your loadout is, what it's going to do.
I can agree with you there, but in a sense, then it's also a different type of game where,
Yes.
like yes, like the Left 4 Dead's Back 4 Blood, it is about just mowing down like huge waves.
Which is fine. It's fun doing with your friends.
Yes, exactly.
But I don't think it
It
necessitates modifying your gun.
mm, I guess not. I guess not. But nonetheless, I've enjoyed it. So the newest DLC from Back 4 Blood just came out, River of Blood, because it's all about the blood.
Yes.
Why not?
Well, they're back for it.
Yes.
They should have put a 3 in the title somewhere. Because it essentially is the third game.
Well, but it's made by a different company, right?
It's made by the people who made Left 4 Dead.
It is made by the people who made Left 4 Dead, but they don't have the IP for it, right?
I know, but they, like Back 4 Blood, they had the 4 in it. They should have did a different title that had a 3 in it, so people know it's like, well, obviously this is the third one.
Yeah. Either way, I feel like if you're a fan of Left 4 Dead, it is still a faithful adaptation.
Yeah.
Because by your argument, Left 4 Dead 1 is good enough. We didn't need Left 4 Dead 2. We didn't need to
you needed Left 4 Dead 2, I think.
Well, okay, Left 4 Dead 2 added a couple additional special infecteds, but other than that, it's the same game. The mechanics are exactly the same.
That is true.
Right? Obviously, Left 4 Dead 2 is just better in every way because it also includes Left 4 Dead 1. But you can make the argument that it wasn't required, right?
That is true. But is anything really?
Yeah. Either way, if you're looking for an experience with friends, like Back 4 Blood was pretty good. But anyway, this newest update that came out, the base game came out with 4 acts, like four sets of missions.
Yep.
And then earlier over the fall, Act 5 came out, and then now this was Act 6. And I just played through it with my friends actually just before we started this podcast, and we actually beat it in 2 hours. So yeah. The entire act in 2 hours.
And the act has how many parts?
This particular one had 5 parts.
Okay.
And it was a lot of fun. like the map design was very, very different compared to the previous ones. Like there's basically like Science World as one of the stages, and
Okay.
yeah, and it was actually really cool to go through, rather than like trying to comb the streets, in, that the earlier acts had. They explored more environments and more dynamic events that can occur. I'd say I had fun with it. That's all I'm gonna like. That's all I really want to say is like I had a lot of fun with it. Um, as far as stuff that I've played thus far, more recently.
Okay. Trying to think of what else.
Have you heard of Tribes of Midgard?
I don't think so.
It's something that a couple of my other friends have been trying to get me into. I don't really know too much about it, but it seems interesting. It takes place in a more like a Norse Vikings kind of setting. Hence,
Mhm.
and it is a roguelite survival, where you have this home base that you have to defend, and if you fail to defend, you start all over. But it has this like explorative aspect. It kind of like Minecraft ish, Terraria, where you can go out and explore, gather resources and stuff. But ultimately, you have to come back and defend your base. So it's kind of a fun experience. Each run is like independent, and it can take up to 10 people. Yeah,
I would have to take a look at it.
yeah. I mean, I can probably pull it up. That's kind of the only other one that's been on my mind, on my plate lately. Yeah, and it has a pretty cool art style as well. I can actually just show it.
To see the
Yeah,
gameplay. Oh, okay.
yeah. So it has a building aspect of, like you can expand your village, build buildings, defense and stuff. But there's a whole combat aspect, where you have to defend yourself against like giant frost golems and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I mean I haven't played it yet personally, so it'll look something like this. There you go. Yeah. The art style is kind of nice. Has a bit of a cartoony texture to it. Yeah.
Cool. I actually, now that I think about it, actually I played a lot of games recently.
Mm,
Um I was with my girlfriend's cousin and he had his new Xbox, but
yeah.
he forgot his Microsoft password and he got locked out. So I was thinking like, well, I bought stuff, and so remember he lost his password, so he lost all his games. It's
Right.
all digital. And I was thinking like, well, I bought games for Xbox when I was like on the 360 2 generations ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if I can log in and play any of those games. And
Yeah.
they were
And did
all
it work?
there with the exception of a few like indie titles
Yeah.
because I guess they don't support indie anymore. But all my
Yeah.
games are there. So I booted up like Hitman Absolution. I played some of that.
Nice.
I played some Assassin's Creed. Is it Liberty? It takes place at the same time as Assassin's Creed 4, I think. Maybe
Ah.
3. I think Assassin's Creed 3 takes place at the same time. You play as like a um I guess French American? Or I guess a French not colonizer, but like an immigrant or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
Um which I thought the game was kind of lame. But then again, I looked into it and originally it was a PSP game. So I'm like, okay,
Oh.
maybe I shouldn't have set my bar so high.
So it was just a port.
Yes.
Well, so I've noticed that Sony's been going, well, maybe not Sony specifically, but PlayStation games have been going this route of, trying to port over everything that once was on the PSP,
But
onto the modern
this was
consoles.
ported back like in 2013,
Hmm.
2012.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of I Am Alive, which is like I remember seeing a trailer for it before the game even came out, where there's a giant earthquake and a giant sandstorm just destroys everything, and you just want to get from A to B, find your family. But as I was playing it, I'm like, man, these games aren't fun. I'm not enjoying them anymore. I mean, I enjoyed them when I played them initially, but I don't know.
It's hard sometimes to get back into older games, you know.
Something else I played a little bit of is called Stallcraft.
Stallcraft.
So it's if you're a fan of the Stalker franchise, I'm gonna get into the deep lore. Don't worry. But if you're deep into like, hey, Chernobyl fantasy, mercenary fiction, and you like how Minecraft looks, it's just this game. But it's also an MMO. Free to play. You play as stalkers, you play as bandits, and you just do your quests. Sometimes you just kill each other. There's a lot of PvE. I've yet to do PvP. I haven't seen anybody kill. But it's pretty cool. I stopped playing because I didn't like. I don't know. It bothers me when I play stalker games and I'm like, hurry up and just give me the good guns. I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to work for them. I'm very impatient.
Yeah.
So I guess let me get into the deep stalker lore. The Chernobyl incident happened.
Yes.
There's a guy. He wrote a book called Roadside Picnic. And in that story, there was if I remember correctly, there's like there was rumor of like an item, and if you find it, it will grant you your wish or whatever. Okay, and then someone adapted that into a movie, and that spawned. I don't know if it spawned. I don't think it spawned the books. I think it spawned the game Stalker. There's 3 of them. The 4th one is coming out, but now it's delayed because of the war. Because it's being developed in the Ukraine. But it's gonna be called Stalker 2, even though it's the 4th game. Don't worry about it. Okay. So they had the Stalker games. You just go into the zone for whatever reason your story is for that particular game, and you just find artifacts and you do cool shit and shoot monsters.
Right.
Then some of those team members, they split off and they made Metro 2033, Metro 2034, Metro Last Light, which are based off of novels, which are based off of Roadside Picnic, the book.
Yes.
So they made that. Then there's another people that branched off from the Stalker Studios, and they made Survivorium, which is just PvP team deathmatch, pretty much Team Fortress, but in the zone.
Okay.
And then they made another game called Fear the Wolves, which is in the zone, but it's a battle royale. And it was a lot of fun because my brother-in-law and I would cheat all the time. Because if you don't pick your spawn point, you just go to a random one. But if you pick it, it's grayed out and no one else can spawn there. But everyone else can see that you spawn there.
Right.
So what we would do, we'd wait till someone picks a spot, and then we would pick right next to them and just rush that kid. Just beat the shit out of them, and then we'd fight each other.
Why not?
It was so much fun. But that game got abandoned. They were focusing on Survivorium, which they've been developing for like 6 years and didn't really do anything much with. Now that game's done. They're not working on that anymore because of the war.
Right.
There was a fake Kickstarter someone made saying like, yeah, I worked on Stalker. I'm going to make another game like that. But that was fake. Never panned out. Then there was all these other Stalker-esque games you can play for free on Steam, which aren't good at all. But yeah, that's the deep Stalker lore. Real fast.
I didn't know. Well, no, wow. I didn't realize how far it expanded. But like, so one of those guys, I guess, started up Deep Silver then, right? The publisher.
I believe so.
Because I think Deep Silver's the guys who did Metro.
Yes.
Same guys who did Saints Row and all that.
I think Volatile they developed that game though, didn't they? Saints
Which one?
Row, because Deep Silver didn't develop
No,
Saints
no,
Row.
no.
They only published it.
They were the publishers. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They also published Dead Island 1. I don't know if they published the
Yes.
other ones after that.
Yes. I've actually been speaking of Metro. I'm thinking about picking it up. Have you had a chance to play?
I
all?
played the first two. I haven't played the third yet, but I still have it.
Okay.
There's one part in the second game you might have to look up. I got stuck.
What do you? I see.
I was like, what
Stuck.
do I do? Why do I keep losing? And I looked up a YouTube video. It's like, well, how was I supposed to figure that out?
Well, I don't know enough about Metro, but like I just love the like environment of it all. But like
it's fantastic.
I mean, it's a first person survival, shooter adventure game.
You're gonna play as my boy Artyom. You're gonna use bullets as currency.
Yes.
Sometimes you might need that bullet though. So
yes. No, I've been very excited. I mean, speaking of everything, like Steam sales, right? The winter sales are starting up right now, and
it's awful. I don't have any money, and my whole wish list is on sale for like 60% off.
Yeah, well, I could pick up the entire Metro, like every Metro game, for like $16. I'm like, oh man.
No, there's two versions of them though.
It's the Redux versions.
Yes. Okay.
Now, can you explain to me what the Redux versions were?
I think it's just a graphical update.
Okay.
I believe so. I'll just double check. But I think it's just a graphical update.
Okay. Do I have to play them in order?
Yes.
Yes?
I don't know what happens in the third game, but you definitely want to play 33 then 34 for obvious reasons in the title.
Wait. There's a Metro 2034?
Yeah, 2034 yeah.
Wait. Is it?
33 and 34.
I think you're mistaken there.
No.
No?
What's it called there?
Well, there's Metro 2033.
Oh, okay.
And then there's Metro Last Light.
Last Light is 34. Sorry. Yeah, I'm looking at it here now. I got confused because 34 is the title of the book.
Oh, okay.
Before I get away from talking about the zone, because I can do that all fucking day. Apparently. There's another game called Chernobyl Light. I got it when it was early access, so even the campaign wasn't finished. Like I did all the story, and it's like, hey, we're not done the game yet. You can only play this far.
Okay.
What they did is they went to Chernobyl and they 3D scanned everything.
Ooh.
And then they put it in the game.
That's cool.
Now that when I played it in early access, that game was broken as hell.
Yeah.
There was things that like story-wise didn't make sense because it kept doing things weird and like glitches out of the wazoo. Mm-hmm. Also, it is very scary.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are like really unnerving. There's times like because I prefer games where if you can go inside of like all the buildings. And there's a part where you go inside of an apartment complex. But that sucks because it's really tight corners. You don't know what's around the corner.
Yeah. Is there a lot of jump scares?
The problem is there was no jump scares. I'm looking for them.
Oh. So it's very psychological in that sense where you're like, oh my God, something's going to come and it never comes.
Yeah. Or maybe soldiers are looking for you outside. But also you have to remember the AI is also as smart as a bag of rocks. So they're not going to come inside the building looking for you typically.
I see.
But there are parts that aren't jump scares, but they are creepy.
Yeah.
Like, for example, remember, this is a city that has been abandoned overnight 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? Or I guess the 80s, 40 years ago. And so they'll have like a playground outside of like an apartment block. But then just because the developers are dicks, they'll be like, okay, let's put a bunch of like dolls on the playground. Okay, now the doll, no matter where you're walking, the dolls are always just turning their heads at you wherever you go. It's like, oh, please stop watching me. No, there's a lot of little things that are just like, don't do that. There's some parts where I just like lose my shit and start like shooting at nothing. But it's a lot of fun.
What's is the game? The game's not out yet, though, right?
It's fully done now. It's Chernobyl Light.
Now I want to look it up. That sounds pretty cool.
What they do something cool though. When you die in that game, you don't die and go back to a checkpoint. You wake up in a prison held by the enemy, and now you have to break out of prison every time you die. But sometimes you want to go to prison. Because let's say you have people in your party, you send them out on missions, like, hey, go to this town and get me supplies. But you'll see like their chances of success rate. And if they end up failing the mission, they end up going to this prison. So sometimes you want to go into prison just to bust them out.
Right.
Which is really cool. Big spoiler for the coolest mechanic in the game, but Season 3, what is this?
Green walls.
What's
Explore
the location?
A new location.
We gotta go there. I can't. You gotta go to the cooling towers in Fear the Wolves, which is really cool.
Wow, this looks like Half-Life.
It's better than Half-Life.
Is it built on the Half-Life engine though?
No.
Overcome new difficulty levels.
It's I don't know. It's sick. If you're a fan of the Zone, that whole atmosphere and Chernobyl, this is the game you want to play.
It's giving me like Tarkov vibes.
I think Tarkov takes place in the Zone, doesn't it? Where does Tarkov take place?
I'm not sure. This looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. At some points you get too strong and it's like, why did they even bother?
I see. But yeah, I do want to jump into Metro. Very interested in that.
Also been playing, I went back and played the demo for this. Let me pull it up. Black Masses. So there's a game called like Uber Extreme Battle Simulator or something like that.
Okay.
Where you just get like 1,000 units on the screen and they just fight each other.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, what if we made our own like medieval zombie game? Right. It doesn't have the best reviews. I only been playing the demo, and the problem with the demo is you can't save.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. It's kind of like how in Dying, I don't think that was their intention, but I've been exploiting like the parkour or as little as you can in this game to like go on rooftops just so I can like skip sections and go to other areas and get better weapons.
Right.
But it's really cool. You just go out and fight zombies with your sometimes a fishing or a rowing oar or like a rake. I've yet to find the sword. But it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I've been. It's one of the titles I've been playing.
Reminds me of like Chivalry, but like I guess you're more against zombies than anything else.
Yeah. It's also co-op.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I think it's like $6 or something.
Yeah, why not?
That I've been playing Hunt Showdown a little bit because we have a seasonal event right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's been pretty fun. Before in Hunt, we would have in the events, we'd have like totems or scarecrows or whatever, and you go just interact with them and you get some event points and you get a reward. In this one, we have like this weird, like effigy, almost like there's a person in it, and you can hear like these souls crying out, and you want to collect the souls.
Right.
So you go and interact with it, you get your points. But if you shoot it or damage it anyways, you get half the amount of points, and it explodes and makes a massive sound.
Okay.
That everyone can hear from miles away.
Right.
But what you can do, if you're clever enough, if you see someone collecting a soul from it, just shoot it, and it will blow up in their face and hopefully kill them.
That's smart.
Yeah, if you can pull it off.
Yeah. Yeah. How are you for hack and slashers? Speaking of that, because I guess you just reminded me when you're talking about that previous one, Black Masses.
So like Devil May
How
Cry
are you for
stuff?
hack? Huh?
Like
Well, Devil May Cry. Yeah, Devil May Cry is a good example.
Well, you
I
just
was
gotta mash
thinking,
X the whole time and you win.
yeah, I was thinking more like uh like warriors, like dynasty warriors,
Oh,
or
I don't. I tried that. I'm not a fan because
so yeah,
you don't actually connect with the enemy. Like your weapon doesn't connect with them. If that makes sense.
yeah.
I feel like cool. I'm one man. There's like 1,000 dudes. I can just swing my sword and cool. I just killed them all.
Yeah, but there's so much power behind that, There's so much
Ah,
satisfaction.
not really, because I'm not actually hitting them. I don't know.
Well,
It wasn't for
I've
me.
always been a fan of hack and slashes. Like there's still a limit to like good or bad ones in particular, but yes, I do enjoy them nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, I'm just kind of peering through some of the Steam sales right now to see what's available, and I might pick up some hack and slashers here just because I like that mindless fun. I just want to go and slay 1,000 people.
I have some slides if you want to see these.
Slides of.
Okay, so Lost Eidolons, we talked to them at PAX. I played a bit of the game, and I ran into this character, and I was like, he kind of looks like Tobin Bell, the actor. If you ever seen the Saw movies, or he had a role in Sopranos, Seinfeld.
I am very familiar with the Saw franchise, so yes.
So I thought it kind of looked like him. And then down below, it's like old puppeteer. I'm like, is this him?
Yeah, like could it be an homage to him?
Maybe. I've yet to tweet it out, but
yeah.
I got some images from Hunt. I got some strange things that happen. Like here's a trait. Why is this up on the wall? That'd be kind of hard to collect.
Yeah.
This is a glitch. For some reason, I'm holding like 2 items at once. I don't know how that bone is sticking out when my hands are full. Because that bone is actually supposed to be part of a gun I have, but it's supposed to be on my back. I don't know why it's like this.
Right.
This I just thought was interesting, where the supply caravans are all clustered down here. I feel bad for anyone who was up here. It's like, well, shit, I need to go supplies, but it's like they're all here. With
well, I mean, that's just unfortunate, right?
I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Why can't I? Here's another glitch. I don't know what she's drawing her bow on.
That's funny.
I don't know what he's. Oh, he's about to throw a knife. Why did I take this picture? Is it because his knife is highlighted? I don't remember. Here's an envelope just hanging in this sky. Not attached to anything.
Man, it's such a broken game. I don't know why you like it so much.
It's a zombie just floating. And this one I found the other day. This guy just T-posing on the menu.
That's clearly a base model that didn't render, and
I thought that was funny.
Probably.
I liked it. Those are my glitch folder I've been saving for a very long time. Well, finally, I can share it with the world.
Yes.
Finally.
Thank you for sharing it with the world.
At last.
Yeah.
But yeah. Those are all the games I've been playing, really.
What have you been disappointed in?
Like recently?
Yeah. What have you played recently? Like have you bought a game recently where you wish you can just refund it?
Let me take a look. Nothing comes to mind right now. I tried this game called Breakout Island Pendulum.
Okay.
And I thought this would be like, oh, this would be a cool zombie game. And then I played it. I'm like, this is not fun. I only put the demo, but I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something was like off. Like the zombies, like they keep spawning back in the same spots. It only takes 2 bullets to kill anything really. I don't know. I felt like it wasn't fulfilling anything by playing that game. Which sucks because I wanted to like when I first saw the game, I'm like, oh, I want to interview this developer. And then I put the demo, I'm like, I don't think I want to anymore. I just wasn't enjoying it. I don't know.
Well, that's unfortunate. So I have a similar experience that occurred recently. It's called it's a Dragon Ball game. I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. I mean, I've talked about it a lot on various on the various other channels. I'm just gonna pull up the page here so I can show it to you. It's called Dragon Ball: The Breakers.
We were talking about that a few weeks ago, and you were like, "Really?"
Did I talk about it? But did I talk about my excitement for it or my dismay for it?
Your excitement,
Ah,
because you're like, "Oh, right, it's gonna be like Dead by Daylight." I'm like, "Great, that game wasn't fun."
Yes. Well, I can share my feedback on that now.
I think the problem I had with those types of games is if you're not playing 8 hours a day, it's like CS:GO. Like people are gonna know the exact way to move to
Yes.
avoid you or to destroy you.
You know, that is a very good way of explaining it because like you're right, Counter-Strike is not a game for the casuals. You just jump in and like, yeah, I'm having a good time. Counter-Strike is a lifelong investment.
Pretty much
Right?
anything that's an esport.
Yeah, but the irony is I did grow up playing Counter-Strike just because that's what was popular. Everyone was playing it, right?
1.6
Anyway,
or whatever.
well, 1.6 was the standard for the longest time, but before Counter Strike Source came out. Anyway, this Dragon Ball game, I played it for just over 2 hours out of the refund period,
You fucked
and
up.
I hate it with a passion. I hate it so much. Like I wanted to like it because I like the Dead by Daylight series. I loved the concept of like, hey, you're a survivor. The villain is literally, destroying everything, and you're trying to escape or fight back. Like yeah, you can hide from them and stuff. So yeah, you saw that mechanic just now where you can kind
Into
of
a
like
chair.
hide.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. So here's the thing. The I learned this. The enemies can sense you no matter what.
So
There's no hiding. They will find you.
what's the point?
Exactly. Like one of their abilities is literal wall hacks.
No.
And I got so upset because the mechanics just went out the window. There's no like strategy, there's no sneaking around. Cause they like granted there's a cooldown, but they can just wall hack at any given moment. So I was pretty disappointed. The concept was cool. The gameplay can be fun. But at the end of the day, I did not feel satisfied for a Dragon Ball game. And maybe that's my fault. I was expecting something that it wasn't. It still has a following. It definitely has like a fan base. But I wish I wish I didn't buy it. I wish I didn't pre-order it, actually.
Oh man, what did the pre-order get you? Anything?
Just very very little, like just some starter content that's not relevant anymore. But yeah, I was thoroughly disappointed in the money spent on that.
We were thinking about pre-ordering the Hogwarts Legacy, but I didn't see it at the store, so we didn't do it.
I have high hopes for Hogwarts Legacy. I really want it to be a good game. Like, I'm gonna be on it. I think all of us are gonna be on it. Actually, shame there's no multiplayer to it.
Yeah, but then everyone just used the same spells over and over again.
I suppose. But yeah, I mean, Hogwarts Legacy is something that's like I'm a big fan of the Harry Potter universe. I take it you are as well.
Not really.
No,
I didn't finish the movies. I didn't finish the books.
Then why does it interest you?
Because my girlfriend wants to play it. That's the only reason.
Fair enough. Okay, well, as a Harry Potter fan, like the universe that's been created throughout the movies and the books is massive.
Yes.
And like you want to explore it, right? Like the Hogwarts castle is full of, centuries of history and mysteries.
Hmm.
Hogwarts Legacy lets you explore it to its fullest. So the premise is like pre Harry Potter, like
Well, it
way.
says late 1800s. Is Gandalf, is Dumbledore going to be there?
I don't think, or it might be a young Dumbledore. I'm no. I don't think Dumbledore's around yet.
Oh, because I didn't watch those movies yet.
Yeah. But like, it really gives you this like full experience of like what it would have been like if you were a character in the books. Again, I read all the books, I watched all the movies, and you have this fantasy of like, man, what if I could go to Hogwarts, right?
Well, I did
And
something like this on my trip that we went to a Hogwarts experience. And I
yeah,
was thinking like, oh wow, it's going to be like that empty chest thing that we did at Halloween.
yeah.
And so that's my bar now for anything forever. And I get there and it's just like the way my girlfriend's cousin described it, is like it's people in Planet Fitness gear saying, "Here, take a picture of this display."
That's unfortunate, but
But it's cool.
I,
There's a
I
lot of things to take pictures with.
yeah. But yeah, for anyone that is a Harry Potter or like magic spells fan, like this is one for you. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm hesitant to pre-order it. I do want to wait to see more.
We'll probably play day one.
Yeah.
Speaking of empty chests, before I forget, I actually got an email from them today. Did you get one?
Oh yeah. I let me check my inbox.
I got mine at 5 p.m. today. They said, "Hey, we have to like shut down. We can't do this anymore."
Oh yeah.
They were like, "We have to ask for donations because we just cannot pay our actors."
That is hilarious.
Well, it sucks because they were supposed to do something this month and they never did. They're supposed to have one of those drive-through events.
Yeah. There was that like scary Santa thing,
but they just didn't make the money, I guess.
That's disappointing.
I know, because I thought that was the coolest thing ever, and we couldn't wait to go again.
You know what? I didn't buy the tickets directly, so I unfortunately don't
see. That's why they didn't get the money directly. Someone else did.
Well, no, like my buddy bought the tickets on our behalf, right? So the money was still paid to them.
But yeah, this email got today,
unfortunate.
So I know, because I thought it was the coolest thing I ever did. That was awesome.
So Halloween on Christmas is canceled?
I guess, yeah.
And then they have this zombie apocalypse one that they're doing as a Kickstarter.
How's their Kickstarter going?
I have no idea.
Oh, I think you're looking at it.
I'll take a look. Yeah, give me 2 seconds here. Oh, it's not an actual Kickstarter. It's literally just pre-sales through their website.
Oh.
But like, when you went to the empty chest, were there a lot of people?
We were the first ones there because they started at 5.
Yeah.
So I think there was like one group came like right after we did, like 10 minutes after, and it wasn't until we were leaving that loads of people were there.
Yeah.
But I thought it was great. The one problem I had was when it got dark, unless like you were at a spot to interact, you couldn't see shit.
I mean, it was well illuminated enough, in my opinion.
I think the part I don't know. There was like a section that just wasn't illuminated very well. I think it was just that bridge,
Yeah.
and so like Johnny Four Coats had to like sit there with a lantern and like
Yes.
abandon his house.
Yeah.
But he was the one light that was there, and also another problem is if there's a group there, you're not passing that bridge.
Yeah.
You have to go down into the field and back up.
Hmm.
And that's why I take the longest possible route.
So, like when I went, yeah, we were the only group there, and as we were finishing up, there was another group, and I think, yeah, they just didn't sell enough. Unfortunately.
I really want to reach out and contact and be like, hey, I will help you guys promo because I'm such a big fan.
Yeah.
But no.
Oh well.
Oh well. Oh shoot. I can't.
What?
I have to play Final Fantasy soon, or my seasonal event is going to end soon. We have
Well,
2 seasonals on right now, and I gotta finish them both.
you know what? Maybe it's time. Maybe it's a good time to wrap up this episode. We chatted about a couple of stuff that we played recently. Definitely good to introduce some stuff to the audience
Well,
if they didn't know about it.
I do have like as a question that's going to step out of video games for a second.
Okay.
Okay, you've been watching My Hero Academia, right?
I've been reading My Hero Academia. Yes.
My Hero Macadamia Nuts.
Yes. Yes.
I know they have a game.
They have 2 games.
Okay. Do you
What
think they're
about
going to make it a Chainsaw Man game?
Whoa. Okay, so every major anime these days tends to come out with a game just to like capitalize on making money.
I think even like Black Clover has a game. I'm like, cool. Who the fuck?
Black
watches
Clover
that?
does have a game.
Does Seven Sins have a game? Because I keep seeing that shit on my.
Seven Sins does have a game.
So now we need the Chainsaw Man game. It took us how long to get Attack on Titan game though? That was the thing.
And
I
now
got
there's
like a
Titans
fan
2.
browser Attack on Titan game before a real one, and that one was really good.
So we actually have 2 Attack on Titan games now.
Well, we have like 12 actually. We have a shit ton.
Several, yes. But what if there was a Chainsaw Man game? What would you want it to be about? So like Black Clover, for example, is like 4v4 team battles.
But I don't really want fighting games. I don't give a shit.
Okay, so what do you want?
But all anime games are fighting games. Either that, or it's like a really shitty. Because I played one anime adaptation game. I played a Sword Art Online game for my Vita, and it's supposed to be an MMO. And I'm playing it, and I'm like, "This is the emptiest MMO ever."
Yeah,
like in the game, they're like, "Hey, this is like the hottest new game. We're gonna play it." I'm like, "Well, this shit's gonna be hype." I play it. I'm like, "There's a slug. There's a slime. I can see 1,000 miles that direction. There's nothing there."
Yeah.
I somehow have a cyber daughter.
Yeah.
I'm missing something here. It was shit.
Yeah.
So I think it comes back to the capitalize and not actually make something of substance.
I do find that, at sometimes they just churn out a game just to see how much money they can make for as little cost as possible, right? That is a common trend. But Attack on Titan is a very Chainsaw Man is a very, very shonen type of anime. So you would expect that the game is just going to be some sort of like slaughter the devils kind of game.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about the One Punch game. That's a fighting game. I'm like, cool, just play as One Punch Man. You'll win every time.
Well, that's the funny thing. They built the game so that if you pick Saitama, there's a delay in his appearance. So the One Punch Man game is actually a 3v3 fighter.
Okay.
And if you pick Saitama, you cannot switch to him until the timer runs out.
Oh.
So the idea is like, oh, he's late to the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, because once he comes, he one punches everything. So it's kind of a quirky. I like it though. Like I like how they were able to incorporate that. But so basically, if your opponent does happen to play Saitama, you just gotta have to knock him out before the time runs out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this is my roundabout way of asking, have you been watching Chainsaw Man?
I have. I caught up on it. I binged it in a day, and it's so good.
I was watching my girlfriend watch it when we were landing back in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And I wasn't listening. I was just watching her expression. And
Yeah.
the scene where I don't know who they are, but they take out all the public safety officers.
Yeah.
So Makima just gets blasted. My girlfriend's eyes just go.
It was such a shock. Like that show has and I guess the source material has so many shocking plot twists. I was like, oh my god, they just slaughtered everyone, like all of the main protagonists.
Mm-hmm.
No, spoiler alert, I guess, but
spoiler alert for a series has been on for like, when did he start writing it? Like 2018, 2019?
I suppose. But yeah, I'm very intrigued to see them turn it into a game where it could be about collecting devil powers, or just maybe you're a public safety officer, a devil hunter, right? And you go and you go and hunt different kinds of devils. You can make contracts with their powers. That'd be kind of cool, right? Or it'll just follow the story, and you play as Denji,
Mm-hmm.
as the Chainsaw Man,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. I don't know. If it turns into a game, we will probably talk about it on this channel, right?
I don't know if I'd play it. I'd
No,
probably I watched the trailer and call it a day.
But we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's yeah, I think those are all the things I've been doing the past few weeks.
Oh, yeah. And hey, man, there's always going to be more, but the holidays are coming up. I'm not sure if we'll do an episode next week. We might skip one for the holidays, but I'm sure we'll come back, having played a lot of games. Hopefully.
I think I'm gonna play. Man, I wish I didn't have to go to bed right away. I want to play one of these games for PS5.
I think I'm gonna go and buy some games.
What do you think you're gonna scoop up?
Well, I'm looking at what's on sale. I mentioned the Metro series, so I definitely and consider picking it up. Like, I've been watching it for a while now.
$16 for the trilogy? Go for it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Well, at this point, the game's been out so long that I can pick it up for next to nothing.
I wonder really then how much the Stalker games go for. You can pick up the Stalker bundle for $15.
Will I like it?
It's built on an engine called the X-Ray engine, and it is known to crash. Also, the game has such difficulty. Get used to quick saving and quick loading. But it's fun. If you like Metro, you'll like this. Not because you like the story or the gameplay, but because you like the setting. It's all in the same setting. Yeah, the stories aren't related by any shape or form, except for where it's located.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely take a look at it.
You can pre-order Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, but it's like $80. But that got delayed. But hey, that's fine. I'll wait. I've been waiting for that game for over 10 years. Because they've been talking about it for 10 years.
Yeah.
Apparently it's supposed to come out next December.
Oh, God.
Well, it got delayed,
I mean,
right?
There's several games over the years that's just like constantly push back. Maybe one day, like Doom was one of those, right? Where it's like, oh my God, we finally got the Doom game.
Yeah, the
right?
2016 Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's skip ahead. Oh, this isn't cool shit. This is cool shit.
I wonder if I have the Metro games anywhere.
Check like Good Old Games, Humble Bundle, Fnatic.
No, I just want to, I'm sure this is a relatable statement that like you in your lifetime will collect more games than you will ever keep track of.
Oh
Like
gosh,
I've
yes.
bought a lot of humble bundles, like fanatical bundles, because like, oh, there's like 1 or 2 games in there that I wanted to play, and like the rest of them never looked at it again. So I actually have Metro Last Light on Epic Games.
There you go.
But do I still go and buy the bundle then?
Is it the Redux edition on Epic?
It is the Redux edition.
You can buy the bundle, but you can just deselect the one game. I think. If not, just gift it to somebody. Right? Because it's what, $6 he said for all of it, or $13?
Something like that.
Yeah, just gift it to somebody.
Oh, the Metro Exodus has a couple expansions too.
I thought there was only one expansion, but okay.
There's a Sam story and there's the 2 kernels.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing that did disappoint me, not because it was bad, but because like, oh, I wish they didn't do this. The first the expansion for Dying Light, the following.
Yeah.
I didn't like that because they did something with the lighting in that game where in Dying Light, you're in the city. Okay, this is how the lighting is, whatever. The following, you're in the countryside. Okay, this is the environments. But
I played it, yeah.
But the sun is incredibly harsh.
Yes, it's so orange at all times.
I don't know why, but it gave me such a headache that it's the only game I ever played where I'd wait for night.
Yeah.
Because normally when I play games, it's like, I want to play in the daytime. I want to see shit. But in this game, it's like, I don't turn the sun off. I don't know why. Just the colors and the rays are all fucked. I hated that.
Speaking of the following, I really hate that. They introduced the cars as a mechanic, right?
It's just fine.
Yeah, but like they scaled the map extra large to force you to use the vehicles, and you have to drive from point A to point B because walking it is not realistic. But when you look at just the city part of it, you run everywhere, right? You parkour everywhere. But once you get to the following, it's like, well, screw parkouring. We're just going to drive everywhere. And I feel like that was lazy of them.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of cool. Yeah, you can electrify your vehicles and all that. But like it took away from some of the charm, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, just my thoughts on that.
I picked up Dying Light 2, so I'm really looking forward to playing it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any of the videos of the community maps for Dying Light 1?
I have not.
Some of them are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, this is a whole game. I don't... Hire this guy.
Yeah. But when you say maps, it like do they put in like missions and NPCs, or is it just like... Oh, wow.
Some of them are like really simple. It's like you just go on a zip line and you just go for like a whole minute, and that's the whole map. Okay, but this one is like, oh, look how they did their placements and things like that. It's really cool.
Yeah. Some people in the community are just amazing at what they can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this week.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks everyone for listening to us ramble on and on. I hope you enjoy it. It's it's definitely more peace and quiet without Elvin here.
What? What do you think? What do you think he would have reviewed this week if he was here?
I don't know what he's been playing. I think he would have gone into God of War a little bit. because he's been actively playing that, but I could be wrong. I'm not really sure. I guess we'll have to ask him. You know, he's on vacation. Let's see what he's been playing. I know he said he wants to get Hogwarts Legacy as well. So maybe we can even just dedicate an episode just to talk about Hogwarts Legacy.
I'm wondering if I should. I'm wondering if I should wait till the first patch comes out.
We shall see. All right, we shall see. All right, viewers, if you wanna hear our take on Hogwarts Legacy, let us know. Otherwise,
I'm gonna play it anyways. Viewers, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna tell you about it.
Yeah. Oh yes.
So we have a ticker.
Yeah. So hey, you know, if you like what we have to offer, you like hearing us talk, you know, check us out at AGR Universe, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, whatever you like. Check out our other content as well. We make tons of stuff, everything pop culture related. You know, thanks for listening. Say bye, Alex.
Goodbye.